If you're a creative soul armed with an iPhone, you don't want to miss this. I've got 2 apps that might change the way you create imagery on the go. This episode of AppJudgment is brought to you by Netflix. Living in San Francisco, I spend a lot of time in transit. On a daily basis, I'm documenting photos of my travels on either a train, a bus, a ferry, or I'm simply running from one creative idea to another in my mind while sitting in my cube. How does one turn these ideas into something awesome? Well, there's an app for that. In fact, there's a couple. First up is Layers. This is an advanced drawing app for the iPhone and iPod Touch with a clearly talented developer. There's a set of 10 brushes that can change size, opacity, and color, with a generous 30 levels of undo and redo history even if you exit layers. The unique star quality feature of this app is the ability to contain 5 layers, which are compatible with Adobe Photoshop upon export. There's 2 ways to get your work of art from your iPhone to your computer. Layers is designed to sync with the free supplemental Layers replay viewer, which allows you to transfer PSD or JPEG files to your Mac at a decent resolution. Or you can create a QuickTime movie of your artwork from start to finish. If you're not into downloading extra desktop software, or if you're not on a Mac, you also have the option to email yourself the file. So who is this app for? From what I've read and seen, Layers is going to be attractive to serious artists who embrace technology and desire to be creative on the go. But equally important is who is this app not for? If you're looking for an app to help you play tic-tac-toe with your travel buddy, I'm going to go out on a limb and tell you to get the free Whiteboard Lite collaborative drawing app instead. Layers isn't for casual doodlers who won't use the app often enough to warrant the cost. And artists who naturally prefer traditional mediums like pencils and ink on paper will likely stick to what works for them. I've got one more creative app to share, but before that, it's time for the hot app of the day.
50,000 downloads a day for an app? What is it? Well, you know what? It's our hot app of the day. Recently, I got my very first moving violation, and now I owe, wait for it, $500. I didn't get pulled over by a cop. I got tagged by one of those traffic surveillance cams. Now, I don't want to get into it, but I only wish that I had Trapster installed on my phone because it might have saved me that $500. Trapster is a free app for the iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows mobile platforms. It alerts you as you approach police speed traps, red light cameras, and speed cameras. The information is crowdsourced, so it's not perfect, and works using your phone's GPS location capabilities. You can share the info via email, Twitter, Facebook, and there's even push notifications. Now, I like the voice alerts too.
Stupid red light camera. Woo! Speed camera!
Now, tip for you, you gotta tweak the frequency settings, otherwise it'll alert you over and over and over again while you drive, and that can be a bit annoying. Stupid red light camera was amusing only the first few times. TechCrunch reported that the app is getting as many as 50,000 downloads a day. Now, there are so many features to Trapster that we'll run down on a future episode, but check it out now and let us know what you think. AppJudgment is brought to you by Netflix. Thanks to Netflix for sponsoring this episode of AppJudgment. With Netflix, you can rent over 90,000 titles online, including lots of Blu-ray titles, with free shipping both ways to your home. Plans start from $4.99. As a new member, you can get a no-risk 2-week free trial membership. Check it out at www.netflix.com/AJ, and remember to type the www when using this code.
Layers might be the creative tool for making new artwork, but PhotoGene is our pick for improving existing photos on your phone, and the process is both functional and fun. After importing an image from your photo library or shooting straight from the app, you can use PhotoGene's tools to crop, rotate, increase sharpness, adjust color, contrast and exposure, resize, or add fun embellishments like vignetting, reflection, borders, and comic-styled quote bubbles. The most impressive part of this app that I personally use all the time is the levels adjustment. You can pull in these sliders to define the balance of highlights and shadows in your photo. When you're all done, you can save and email your photo at your preferred size, with the maximum being the 3GS's camera resolution. Pretty fantastic! Here's a recap of the pros and cons of both Layers and PhotoGene. For Layers, the pros are an easy learning curve in the UI. This app has Layers and PSD support, advanced brush size, opacity, color, and style definitions, and easy export by email or sync. Cons: no opacity settings for entire layers, no vector drawing, no blending modes or smudging, can't change your canvas size, and only syncs with OS X, not Windows. It's hard to not be impressed with Layers and all the development that went on behind the scenes to create this type of workspace for mobile devices. Artists who embrace technology will love this without a doubt. But for the casual user, drawing with your finger on an iPhone won't be practical enough, despite the unique Layers feature. I'm all for having the ability to sketch on the go, but I still vote to not download Layers. As for our photo editing app PhotoGene, here's a rundown of pros and cons. Pros: Photogene has practical, everyday useful tools, quick performance, resolution preferences upon saving or emailing, and you can also copy and paste images into an email. Cons: only the last session is still editable. You can't save projects. And this is a silly con, but quote bubbles can't rotate, and you have limited font choices. This one might be obvious, but if one of the only things I can complain about is rotating quote bubbles, I'm gonna say download Photogene for the iPhone, because your pictures can always use a boost. I'm Stephanie Chu, and if there's anything you want us to review, send us an email at appjudgment@revision3.com or ping me on Twitter @Marilee. Don't forget to join the AppJudgment Facebook fan page, and be sure to subscribe to the show by visiting revision3.com/appjudgment to learn about your options. I hope you've enjoyed learning about these creative apps, and keep making the world look better one pixel at a time.